What's up guys, Elo here, and I'm back for another video. This time around we are covering Soulwind vs Brofist in the Smogon Tour Playoffs. I'm sorry I couldn't catch this game live. I initially tried recording it live, but had to leave at turn 2 of the first game to run errands for my graduation party. That was pretty fun by the way, but looking here, this is a weatherless versus rain matchup. Soulwind's Fairthorn can be very annoying to Brofist because it can pivot into Starmie, Politoed. Likely the Garchomp as well. Brofist team looks to be a pretty standard Keldeo Rain offense with a just like standard Hypnosis, Hydro / Scald, Ice Beam filler Politoed with Swords Dance Garchomp, Choice Band Dragonite, Specs or Life Orb Starmie, Dual Hazards Fairthorn, and a Scarf Keldeo, I think. And then Soulwind has classic, modern, well not classic, more of a modern era Dragmag offense that centers around the Dragon Dance Dragonite, Magnezone. I think it's going to be Sunny Day on this team so that you can trap Fairthorn without having to, so you can trap Fairthorn while Rain is up. So it's probably a Dragon Dance, Outrage, EQ, E-Speed, Dragonite, which can put in a lot of work for Brofist team. And then Slowking, I think, is probably Assault Vest, Excadrill's Air Balloon SD, Lando's. I think it's probably Scarf here. And then Fairthorn looks to be Dual Hazards here as well. So let's start this off. Let's get this a little bit slower. Soulwind leads with his Landers. Just uses it nicely against most things. He U-turns out, reveals he is 100% Scarf because you never stay in versus a Politoed with a Landers if you aren't Scarf, because you can just get murdered by a Scarf, Ice Beam, or a Pump if you otherwise. As Soulwind doubles out into Fairthorn, probably predicting a Keldeo, Starmie. And, he pivots into Landers to scout to see what Brofist Dragonite is as he goes for Superpower. Landers cover Fire Pump, Superpower, whatever. As he Earthquakes on the Keldeo. Brofist doubles back into Dragonite. Soulwind doubles back into Fairthorn. So he can pivot back into Landers on the Superpower. And this Landers is getting pretty low. It can die to Dragon move next time it comes in. As Brofist goes Politoed as he just U-turns out because he knows the Dragonite can't stay in there. Goes into his Fairthorn, which means he gets up hazards as the Politoed's forced out. And wow, that's a really good play by Soulwind, staying in to take the Outrage, realizing that his Landers is getting low and Brofist might be thinking about hitting it with a Dragon move to knock it out here. And that probably means that Brofist isn't running with a Dragon Claw Dragonite. He's probably got something like Earthquake for Jirachi in his last slot. If he spikes up, eats another Outrage, Power Whips for damage. That's a good play because Power Whip damage in conjunction with Leech Seed ends up doing enough so that the Dragonite cannot come into hazards again. And he just doubles out to Excadrill, believing that Brofist will not stay in. As goes out to Magnezone as Brofist gets up his rocks. I think Brofist probably just gonna go for spikes here. Yeah, okay. As Magnezone does reveal Sunny Day, as I predicted it earlier, he's just gonna knock this Fairthorn out of the park with Sun Boosted HP Fire. Now, this game is looking pretty bleak for Brofist because Scarf Lando looks to be very dangerous now. He sacks the Dragonite as Soulwind makes a fantastic play of clicking Sunny Day there. predicting the stack. He can take any one hit, so it does make sense to make that play. He flash cannons, realizing this isn't really very valuable anymore, and getting damage off on the chomp puts it in Lando range. Now he can just go into Landers and nab one with Earthquake. As Brofist sacks his Politoed to hazards, as he can go out into his Scarf Keldeo now, or Starmie. Okay, I think Starmie takes a hit from that range as he goes into Keldeo, forces out the Landers. It doubles into Starmie, predicting the Ferrothorn. So here he can just quick Ice Beam. And this still looks pretty bleak because now, you know, Landers gets another kill as he knocks out the Garchomp with Earthquake. And at this point, Slowking plus Dragonite beats everything, because Dragonite can kill everything with E-Speed at this point, and Slowking will kill you infinitely. So that was a pretty decisive game. Soulwind definitely played better, especially the staying with Ferrothorn on Outrage. Basically took out the only ground immunity on Brofist's team and the only offensive threat to his own team, frankly. Aside from the Starmie, you know, it was a very well played game. Now it's Brofist versus Soulwind. In this matchup, I think Brofist is a pretty good matchup here because, you know, that is probably an Ice Beam Latios on this team, just considering how Gliscor weak it is. Either that or an Ice Beam Clefable. But I think Clefable isn't very common, although it could be like Rock's Moonblast, Ice Beam Soft Boiled. I'm guessing it's like either Rock's Calm Mind or Rock's Wish. I'm leaning towards Rock's Wish here because that supports the Magearna. Ice Beam Latios, Standard Toxapex, Scarf Zone, SD Gliscor, AV Gear. Brofist got a pretty unique team here with the Steelix right there. Steelix is actually pretty threatening for Soulwind. Aside from Gliscor, everything gets either KO'd or heavily damaged by the combination of Heavy Slam and Earthquake. Yeah, it's actually a lot more threatening than I thought it would be. It's probably the Rocker. So he's got likely a Calm Mind Clefable. It could either be Fire and Ice Clef or like Moonblast Flamethrower. I'm guessing Moonblast Flamethrower because I don't see Fire and Ice in Sun Moon much. And then that's an SD Gliscor, which can be a threat as I mentioned earlier, because if you can get Latios low, it can't switch in, and then you get a kill basically every time you come in with Gliscor. And then you've got Tornadus, which doesn't do much because of Magearna Pex, Ashgren. It's gonna be really annoyed by Magearna Pex once again, but getting up spikes can definitely be hazardous, to Soulwind's team, because with Magearna and Toxapex getting worn down, you can potentially make some headway with a Tornadus. If it's running Heat Wave, it can actually do something. Just flying MZ, just in their Pex. So, you know, Soulwind leads off with Magnezone against a Steelix, and just HP fires, knowing this is a threat, trying to get damage. He does it again. I don't really understand Heavy Slam there because Soulwind is a Magearna and a Gliscor to check a CM Clefable in the back. So it's not like this is some horrible play. He also has a Toxapex there, so, you know, I don't get like what motivation you would have to switch out. The Tornadus is probably running room to hit this, so it's not like this is checking Torn. This just like gives Gren a kill whenever Gren comes in against it. You know, this doesn't make much sense to me. So now he HP fires, as Brofist takes this as an opportunity to get up off Poison Orb with his Glitchburn. Doubles into Clefable and Latios, good play. He clicks. Oh, Calm Mind? I would have Moonblasted there because that discourages the defog. Because if he attacks you, you know, yeah, you're a bit of an annoying position, but at least, you know, the Lottie's low and punish for getting the hazards off so your Gliscor can do stuff, but you know, Fishes for Scald there, a Bolt Burn there, he ends up, someone ends up pivoting Gliscor and Toxic, which is a pretty amazing play. I'm guessing that was just a double predicting a Lottie, Gren / Clef to get his orb, but it was still pretty funny. He's just spamming Facade here now. Brofist goes Greninja and he spikes up predicting the swishes. Soulwind stays in Facades. It's just starting to look pretty bleak for Soulwind because, for Brofist because you got a full health Ice Beam Lottie. Oh, Focus Blast, Tornadus. He goes into Soulwind pivots into Magearna, reveals Heat Wave. Okay, so this could potentially put in some work. It's against Clefable, he pivots out on the Wish. As Magearna just comes in pretty freely. Brofist clicks Calm Mind. Moonblast is or Gliscor is coming out. Goes out to Tornadus on the Lottie. He knocks off, no, he needs damage on this. Goes into Clefable. Moonblast takes out his only Gliscor answer, but he decides to go for Calm Mind. Interesting play. He clicks Soft Boil to heal back up to full. He goes hard into Gliscor against the Toxapex. Gets crit by Scald. He roosts up as okay. He goes Clefable as Soulwind makes a nice play predicting the Clefable and Psychicking, knocking out the Clefable. Brofist has to basically Toxic here, yeah. Like he has to go off with some weird like pivoting like with that poison. Now he is SDing up against Soulwind's Gliscor. He SDs again as Soulwind just spams Facade. I think Soulwind's plays to SD here as Brofist roosts, because then he can't heal up. I don't agree with the Earthquaking there. That kind of just lets him roost up. Judging from the way Soulwind's playing, he's probably just like Ice Beam Lottie and realizes he's won. I guess. That's just what he's doing here. Yeah, so this looks pretty over, even though like Brofist has his +3 Gliscor. Cause like, +4, yeah. Not much that Brofist can do here. Yeah, just don't see any way he can pull this out unless he somehow like goes into packs as Lottie clicks Ice Beam, predicts Toxics, Lottie clicks Ice Beam again. Like, that's the only way I can see him winning. Like, just a massive choke. Oh, he clicks Psychic on the Toxic. I think that Soulwind was running Ice Beamless Latios. Very confused by Ice Beamless Latios on this team. It's not Ice Beam Clef either. Yeah. Wow. I did not see that coming. Well, this game ended pretty interestingly with basically ended in the team builder, to be honest. Like, without Ice Beam Latios or Ice Beam Clefable, Soulwind really had nothing for Brofist Gliscor. Moving on to game 3 of this set. Oh, so Manaphy looks very, very good in this matchup for Soulwind. It outspeeds everything, including Metagross before Mega Evolution, except for the Landorus Key, which is likely scarfed with a Roxy train on this team. It can just Tail Glow up and destroy everything at +3. You get up Tail Glows versus Heatran, Tyranitar locked into Pursuit, you're trapping Lottie. You can also do it against Landorus, that's just not advised because EQ does a lot and puts you in Zen range. Zen Headbutt from Metagross, I mean. Now, also, Gliscor can be a huge headache for Brofist because aside from Rotom, he doesn't really have any checks for it. His best hope is like burning it with Lava Plume Heatran before he gets its Toxic Orb off, basically. On the other side, like Brofist, Choice Band, Tyranitar can be annoying if he predicts like perfectly, but I doubt that's happening, and like Soulwind can just pivot into Gliscor on edge, boost up, be resistant to it, and then go from there. Otherwise, like if he can manage to burn burn Gliscor. No, because he has a Manaphy, so that's Heatran's still not an issue if he does that. Scarf Landers can potentially do something late game if he can trap the Latios, burn the Gliscor, and weaken the Clefable, so that's basically his win condition in my head. So Soulwind goes and leads off Latios, predicting the Amoonguss. He just Draco Meteors because if he goes into Tyranitar or one of his skills, this can do a good chunk to either, and seeing how big a threat T-Tar is to his team, that's, very good for him. But Brofist goes for Spore. I think if you're double Spore with Stun Spore, you just go for it here, because someone's pivoting into either Metagross or Gliscor here. And it looks, I know I said he could be pivoting into Gliscor, but I don't like Gliscor there, because if you get paralyzed, your longevity is hurt a lot, and that's one of your main threats to Brofist's team. Now, Soulwind is switching out to preserve his Gliscor because of the threat of Ice Punch, likely, and Brofist just predicts that perfectly and smacks the Metagross the Magnezone with a Hammer Arm. Right here, he gets off a Zen Headbutt as Manaphy Tail Glows. I think you're just gonna go out and sack something like... I don't agree with sacking Tyranitar here, because as I said earlier, Choice Band's Stone Edge can obliterate Soulwind if you play Tyranitar well. I think Heatran was a better stack, because with Gliscor's Orb activated, it's just very hard to see Heatran doing anything. I guess Rocks are kinda nice for pressuring Manaphy, but I don't think you're ever going to get Rocks up with Heatran. Someone's never staying in with Clefable for more than one turn in a row. He's got Gliscor to pivot into Landorus. I'm trying to think of how you can somehow get a I guess if you can double into Heatran out of Amoonguss, predicting the Metagross / Latios, you can get a boss from there, but it's still very difficult to see that happening. So I think Heatran is a better stack here, but stacking Tyranitar still gives him the ability to go into Metagross and scare this out. Sorry, bless me. Because he Zen Headbutts because he can't mess around with Manaphy. Gets his Metagross Pursuit trapped, which is very bad for him because that was one of the biggest threats to Soulwind's team at that point. Goes into Rotom and he revolts, which is... I think that Hydro Pump was a better play there. No, yeah, you can get the Gliscor, but I believe Metagross Medigos easily lives Hydro Pump from 88, so I retract my statement. Volt Switch is a fine play in that situation. It's just the Soulwind predicts that going into Gliscor, so then he doubles out into Clefable on the Hydro Pump. As here, he's probably doubling out again. Oh, he isn't. As Brofist goes into Heatran, so I suppose he does get his headsets up now. Yeah, but like, it's not pressuring Manaphy because now Soulwind just went into Manaphy, so Heatran wasn't very useful because now, Manaphy just like smacks something with Ice Beam, and that Amoonguss is down. You're now out of Metagross's Zen Headbutt range, which is pretty bad. Now Brofist is looking to be in a very bleak position here. Soulwind's on Metagross wins, Gliscor can win. If you can get it in versus either Landorus or Heatran, because you can get SD up and then like kill Rotom. As Brofist goes for Pump and misses. I don't really think that matters because you can ult out here. U-turn as you go in, as you see Gliscor come in, go into Rotom. I think you pump again here. Volt Switch works too. Actually, that's better with your momentum. As he goes into Gliscor's Landorus, U-turns out. Goes into Rotom. I'm trying to think of how Brofist can win the game here. Because he volts here. Now the Lottie is in range of Hydro Pump after Rocks. Next time it comes in, I think it's in range of Hydro Pump straight up too. So you can just U-turn out, kill the Lottie, go Heatran. As someone's probably gonna go Gliscor and set up. Okay, Clefable's an odd play there to me. I guess he gets his lefties recovery, that's pretty much it. And then he goes Gliscor here. On Plume, you can hit SD pretty freely. Or Roost works as well. As you just go out to Metagross on the Hydro Pump. So Rotom can just pump, knock this out, and he's in a decent position. Oh, see, I don't like Volt Switch because what you do by Volt Switching is you... Okay, no. I do not agree with what Brofist did there. I think you have to always have Rotom in, because if Gliscor ever gets +2, he knocks out Rotom with Facade, and the game ends. Like, I think you always have to have Rotom in on pre-switches, or else you lose to Gliscor. I don't see, like, why you're going into Heatran here. I understand, his game's probably over, man, if he claims versus Heatran and Rotom, but, like, I just think having Rotom in on free switches is just infinitesimally better. I think Soulwind definitely, like, game 2, he got outplayed with the Gliscor versus Gliscor sequence. But aside from that, he definitely outplayed Brofist game 1 and this game 3. He knew what his win conditions were, played them accordingly. Brofist had a very good early game and put himself in a position to win. But Manaphy plus Gliscor just ended up being too much for him, and Soulwind ended up winning. So, congratulations to Soulwind for advancing to semifinals. This was a very entertaining series. 3 pretty closely. I think the game 1 was a little bit less close than the second 2, but these are 3 enjoyable games. I am glad I got to commentate over them, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.